In the heart of a sun-dappled forest lived two young creatures, Puku and Pyuki. They were siblings, born of the same gentle mother, but as different as the swift river and the ancient, unmoving stone. Pyuki was a marvel of speed and agility. Her tiny paws flew over mossy paths. Her bright eyes missed nothing, and her energy seemed boundless. When it came to gathering the sweetest berries, Pyuki would dart in, snatch a handful, and be back at her burrow before Puku had even decided which direction to go. Her nest was always built first, her winter stores piled high in record time. She was applauded by the other forest creatures for her efficiency, her quick wit, and her seemingly effortless success. Puku, on the other hand, was thoughtful, deliberate, and often slow. He pondered the best route to the berry patch, tested the firmness of each branch before trusting his weight to it, and spent long moments observing the wind patterns before deciding where to build. He'd watch Pyuki with a pang in his small heart, feeling the sting of comparison. His berry pile grew slowly, his nest took days longer to weave, and he often felt left behind, a creature perpetually lagging. Why can't I be more like Pyuki? He'd sigh to himself, the weight of his perceived slowness pressing down. One autumn, the forest faced an unprecedented challenge. A severe, early frost threatened to wither the vital winterroot plants, which grew deep in a rocky, treacherous ravine, far from the usual paths. The elder of the forest declared that only those who could gather a significant amount of winterroot before the true deep freeze would ensure the community's survival. Pyuki, ever confident, sprang into action. She raced ahead, navigating the steep, crumbling slopes with breathtaking speed, grabbing handfuls of roots wherever she saw them. She filled her basket quickly, but in her haste, she missed the most established plants, overlooked signs of instability in the rocks, and frequently slipped, bruising herself and scattering some of her precious cargo. She returned exhausted, her basket filled, but many of the roots were small, some even damaged by her hurried extraction. Puku watched Pyuki's rapid descents and ascents, and for a moment, the old familiar dread washed over him. He imagined himself tumbling, failing, being too slow to make a difference. But then, a quiet thought bloomed in his mind. I am not Pyuki, and trying to be Pyuki will only make me a bad Puku. He decided he would go his own way. He spent a full morning simply observing the ravine from a distance. He noticed the slight tremors in certain rock ledges, the faint scent of damp earth indicating a stable foothold, the particular angle of sunlight that revealed the largest, most robust winterroot clumps. When Puku finally began his descent, he was agonizingly slow. He tested every stone, braced himself against ancient tree roots, and meticulously planned each step. He didn't grab at the first roots he saw. Instead, he carefully worked his way to where his observations told him the strongest, most vital plants lay. He dug each root with care, ensuring its integrity, cleaning away excess soil before placing it gently in his basket. He made fewer trips than Pyuki, but each trip was a masterclass in precision and thoroughness. The deep freeze arrived sooner than expected. The last light of the setting sun cast long shadows as Puku made his final climb. His small body aching, but his heart resolute, he returned to the community. His basket not as overflowing as Pyuki's initial haul, but every single winterroot inside was pristine, whole, and bursting with life-giving nutrients. The elder examined both Pyuki's and Puku's contributions. Pyuki's collection, though larger in volume, had many withered or broken roots that wouldn't survive storage. Puku's, though smaller in raw quantity, was entirely usable, healthy, and perfectly preserved. It was Puku's roots that sustained the community through the harshest winter. That winter, as the forest creatures huddled together, Pyuki and Puku often shared their stories by the warm hearth. I learned that speed isn't always the answer, Pyuki admitted, looking at her brother with new respect. Sometimes, in my rush to be first, I miss what truly matters, and I put myself at risk. Puku, once shy about his methods, found his voice, and I learned that my way, even if it's slow, has its own strength. My patience, my carefulness, they are not weaknesses, but tools that help me achieve something of true value. Life had taught them both. It taught Pyuki that boundless energy, while a gift, needed to be tempered with foresight and care. And it taught Puku that his deliberate nature was not a flaw to be overcome, but a unique power to be embraced and honed. Their differences, once a source of quiet tension, now formed a tapestry of wisdom. showing everyone in the forest that there isn't one right way to navigate life, but countless paths, each leading to its own kind of meaningful success, especially when walked with authenticity and self-belief.